Hey friends, and welcome back to Allie Parker's World, where I'm Allie Parker. So, during April's Bookopoly for the owls, yep, I'm going to be in the owls. I'm going to be taking care of magical children because I am going to school to be a teacher in real life, so I thought it was fitting. But during my Bookopoly, I got a video prompt to do the Cliche Book Tag. Is that what it is? So I haven't really looked over the questions. Don't know what they are. So let's just start. The first one is Actions Speak Louder Than Words. A book that wasn't or couldn't be better than the movie. So for the first prompt, I got Actions Speak Louder Than Words. A book that wasn't or couldn't be better than the movie. And I'm pretty sure that I have the unpopular opinion here, but I don't own it. I listened to it on audiobook, and I want to buy it, so, well, no, because the movie was better, so I don't see the point in buying the book if I'm not going to reread it, just because the movie was good, but the book, it wasn't bad, it just did not compare to the movie, though. Just my unpopular opinion. So it is 5 Feet Apart. I absolutely loved that book. I mean, that movie. I went to see the movie before I read the book, and that might be why I didn't care for reading it. But I listened to it on audiobook, and I was pretty bored through most of it. I think that's an unpopular opinion, and I do apologize, but if you're a returning subscriber, you know I have a ton of unpopular opinions about the books that I read, including the one where I say Harry Potter is not my favorite. I'm not a Harry Potter girl. And, you know, that's okay. I am competing in the owls, though, just because G from Book Roast put so much work into it, and it seemed like fun, even though I don't read Harry Potter. That's okay. Alright, let's see what the second question is. The second question is, the grass is always greener on the other side. A rags to riches or riches to rags story. This one I also don't own yet, but I would actually really love to buy this whole series. So I'm thinking The Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot. This was one of my favorites in middle school, and it's about this geeky choir singing debate girl who gets nervous. She's a teenage girl, your average nobody, and she finds out she's a princess, and they transform her not only physically beautiful, but from not believing in herself and being like, oh, I'm not good enough for anything, and having no self-confidence, and just being someone who lives in the shadow. And in these books, she transforms all of that into this beautiful on the outside, which is superficial, but she also starts to believe in herself. She gains self-confidence, and she actually believes that she can rule the country of Genovia. And I loved it in middle school. I haven't read it in many years, but that is one that I would love to get. So if you're looking for gift ideas for me, my birthday is coming up. Woo. I'm just kidding, you guys. I mean, my birthday really is coming up soon, But yeah, eventually I'll get that series again and reread it. That is probably my favorite Rags to Riches story. Then, the apple does not fall far from the tree. La la la. The apple does not fall far from the tree. There we go. Said it right. A parent-child relationship that you love. Ooh, you know what? I actually do have a book for this one. All right, for the next question, which is, the apple does not fall far from the tree. It's a parent-child relationship that you love. And I had two options for this, and going in, I really thought I was going to pick, like, the great relationship one. But I was thinking about it, and I love the books that are more accurate, that it feels real, it feels authentic. And in this father-daughter relationship, the father-daughter don't always get along. In fact, there's one scene where they fight, and she storms off mad, and then she thinks about it, and she's like, oh my God, my dad's gonna hate me forever. And I just remember being that teenager that fought with her parents on occasion, not very much, but on occasion, and I always took it so harshly when my parents were mad at me, and I hated it. So I could relate to her, and I think that's why I picked this. But it is Tell Me Three Things by Julie Buxbaum, and it's an amazing internet romance mystery, who am I talking to type thing. But okay, so Jesse's dad Jesse's dad sorry, it's a song. But Jesse's dad is fallen in love with this woman only a couple years after Jesse's mom died. And Jesse's not happy about moving from Chicago to California. She doesn't fit in. She hates it there. And this relationship between the two was like, well, you're just replacing mom, and I hate you, and I'm going to hate you forever. And it really hurt her dad. And I believe that he even like gave her the silent treatment for a while because nothing was working. He couldn't get through to her and basically tell her that he had to move on too, and that it was his way of moving on. And it was just so good. It was so accurate, and it portrayed it in such a realistic way. And I hate when books like just act like, oh, we're best friends, or I'm just gonna abandon my kid. I mean, I know that happens a lot. I know that people abandon their kids, and that's really sad and stuff. But this was just so realistic to me, and I connected with it. So that's why I picked it. All right, let's see what the next one is. You can't judge a book by its cover. A good book that needs a better cover. Ooh, let's see if I have any. Okay, so for this one, it's a good story that needs a cover change. For this one, I picked Squad by Mariah McCarthy. And the only thing that this cover has going for it is how I don't even really like that purple. It doesn't even look purple in this light, but I promise you it's purple. And usually I like purple, but this one is just kind of ugly. This whole cover is just not working for me. I love the font and the writing on the back. That's about it. But based on the cover, I've been like try not to read this book. Even though when I picked it up, it sounded really good because the description sounds amazing and the words are pretty. But I just don't understand the cover. It's just not pretty. And it's a great story. It's about high school and like having a fallout with your best friend and then not really getting bullied, but they kind of isolate you and they kick you out of the friend group, and it's just so relatable. Like, I love relatable stuff, and it was just a really heartfelt, heartbreaking book, and I loved it. But the cover needs to go. Alright, let us see. You Can't Please Everyone. A book you hate that everybody loves. Ooh. Okay, so I don't own it anymore. But if you've been on my channel before, you already know the answer here. Harry Potter. Now, I've only read the first one. Wasn't a big fan of it, so I didn't continue with the series. Never seen a Harry Potter movie. So, a book you hate that everybody loves. It's got to be the first Harry Potter. And I'm very sorry. I know people are gonna not like that answer. But it's honest, okay? At least you know I'm being honest with you. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. What's a book that made you a better person for having read it? Ooh. Okay, so this one was a little bit tougher for me to think about. It's What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger. What's a book that made you a better person for having read it? And I was thinking about a few different books, but I think that I'm going to go with The Fault in Our Stars. I was a sick kid a lot. Like, I was sick. And, I could relate to Hazel Grace and, oh my god, Augustus Waters. Can't believe I forgot that for a second. And, I loved that book, but I thought I knew how it was going to end. Based on the synopsis of the book, and based on, all the hype around it. Okay, I just thought I knew how it was going to end. But it ended in such... It twisted the ending way differently than I thought it would end. And it just shattered my soul. I don't think I will ever get over that shattered soul part of me. But it made me see that sometimes you have to expect the unexpected and to be prepared for anything in life. Anything that life has to throw at you, you got to be prepared for. So that one definitely changed me. And then the next one is Ignorance is Bliss. A book that is bad, but you just don't want to admit it. Ooh. Okay, this one's gonna take me a minute. Okay, so this one is Ignorance is Bliss, a book that is bad, but you just don't want to admit it. So, for the Owls Readathon, I chose 18 books that I have to read, and it's only like day 2 of the month, and I've read 2. So, you know, one a day, I can get 18 done in this month if I keep this going. But they were short they are short books though. So, I don't know. We'll see. But I've been so hyped about this book. And I've been so excited to read it since I bought it. And I absolutely love the movie version of that was made in the 60s. I don't know, the 90s. I don't remember when the movie came out, but this was written in the 50s, 60s. But it is The Incredible Journey by Sheila Burnford. And it was terrible. They don't even refer to the animals by their names. And it's just the old dog, the cat. And they don't talk. And in the movies, I believe that they talk. And I just freaking loved the movie. But this book just did not do it for me. And I'm so sorry because I know so many people love this book. But it was not for me. I only gave it 2 stars on Goodreads. And I honestly would not even waste your time with it. And like I said, it's an unpopular opinion. I saw so many great reviews for this book when I was putting my bad review on. And I'm so sorry. But, you know, I think you come to my channel to hear all my unpopular opinions by now. So, yeah, ignorance is bliss. Bad book. I'm sorry. Okay, the next prompt is there's no time like the present. What is your favorite contemporary book? Oh my gosh. I'm so picky about books in general, but contemporaries are the worst. Alright, so for the next prompt, it is there's no time like the present. What is your favorite contemporary book? And I don't enjoy many of the contemporaries that I read. I know. Big shocker, another unpopular opinion. So this one took a little digging, and I honestly don't know if it counts, but I'm counting it, so it counts. But I picked Confessions of a High School Disaster freshman year by Emma Chanston. And if you've been on my channel before at all, then you know this is about Chloe Snow, whose life is a disaster, and she tells you about it in her journal. And yeah, it's just great. I love this book. I'm sorry, I really couldn't think of any other contemporaries because I've read quite a few contemporaries this year so far, but I have not liked a single one. The one I'm most excited for, okay, I have a couple that I'm really excited for. So I'm reading Start Here this month for the Owls. But I'm also excited to read November 9 by Colleen Hoover, which is not on my April TBR, but it is still one I'm super excited for. Okay, let's see what the next cliche tag question is. Better safe than sorry. Got that right. A book you don't want to read in case it's bad. Okay. I have a couple, but there's one that is specifically on my TBR this month for the Owls Readathon. So I have to read it this month. Oh, okay. Here, I'll show you guys. Okay, so for this book, it's Better Safe Than Sorry, a book you don't want to read in case it's bad. So this book has been hyped by everybody and their grandma. Like, everyone's read it except for me. And everyone read it last year when it first came out. So I'm a little bit late to the show. And I'm very scared to read it because it's so hyped and so loved. But A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. And even the girl with the unpopular opinions about books, almost all the books I read, is scared because I don't want to have an unpopular opinion about this one. I want to love it so much. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And that is honestly all I know. I know that there's a girl named Harper who has muscle dystrophy, I believe. I don't know, honestly. But yeah, it's just Beauty and the Beast. It's kind of a chunker. I think it's less than 500. It's $4.84. But I'm just nervous because this is one I don't want to have an unpopular opinion about, and I seem to have an unpopular opinion about everything. Alright, let's see what else is here. That was the last question. So, I hope you enjoyed this tag. It was fun, definitely. And I'm excited to see you do this video. Link down below your cliche tag video so I can go watch it. I tag anyone that wants to do it, but let's see, I'll tag Cassidy Reads and Olive Reads. I think it's Olive Reads. I'm very sorry if I messed up and that's not your YouTube channel name. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.